Hello dear friends, and thank you so much for tuning in to Full Face and Fabulous. My name is Kristen and I'm so happy to have you here with me today. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you a few new NYX products, a new eyeshadow palette, some new false eyelashes, and I'm just really excited to jump right in. So the first product that I'm going to be sharing today is a new primer, and this is the NYX Bear With Me Hydrating Jelly Primer, fresh, still in the box. It says, hit refresh, infused with aloe and cucumber. This lightweight, bouncy, water-based jelly primer moisturizes and preps your complexion for a fresh start. It claims to extend the wear of makeup, blurs the appearance of pores, non-sticky, lightweight feel, skin feels refreshed, and it blends seamlessly. So I thought that I would go ahead and start out by using this primer, and it still has a sticker here on the box. So I'm excited to use this. I have heard some pretty good reviews about this, and I thought it would be fun to check this out. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's a nice kind of a light pink tub, and then got the nice protector. Oh wow, that's cool. So it is very much like a gel. That's cool. It's like a real, look at this. It's very jelly-like. Like you can hold it upside down and nothing comes out. That's going to be fun. That's going to be interesting. I've never seen a primer like this. Wow. Okay, so I'm excited to see how this is going to apply. So I'm just going to, feels kind of like putty almost. Kind of has a light cucumbery scent. It's an interesting, very interesting texture. Feels like it literally feels like a gel. Like you're dipping your hand into a gel. It's interesting, but it feels like it soaks into the skin immediately, which I like. It doesn't feel greasy, it just feels like it soaks right into the skin immediately on contact. It's an interesting texture. I mean, it's literally like a gel. Very interesting. I will have to play with that more. They call it a hydrating jelly primer, and I think that's true to name because it definitely feels like jelly, but I like the texture. So then the next product that I'm going to go in with is also by NYX, and this is a NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil, and I've heard varying degrees of reviews on this. Some people say they like it. I do know that it's very lightweight. It's just like a tinted skin. I have True Beige Buff, and it's a skin veil. It says it provides a fresh face look, evens out skin tone, provides seamless coverage, breathable, weightless formula, skin looks luminous, and it does not streak, provides up to 8-hour wear. So for today I just thought I kind of wanted a lighter look, so I thought I would go ahead and try this out just to see how much coverage I can actually get with it, to see how it really evens out the skin tone, if it conceals redness in any way. Sometimes, you know, I just want a lighter look. I don't always need the most full coverage. But my main concerns is evening out discoloration and any redness and uneven skin tone. That's what I'm mainly looking for. So I'm going to test this out with my Sigma F80 Kabuki flat buffing brush. And we're just going to start buffing this into the skin. I like using the Sigma F80 because I feel like it really provides concentrated coverage where you need it most. So far, it looks like it's doing a decent job of evening out my skin tone. It's not bad at all. It's providing a little bit more coverage than I thought it would, considering that this is just considered a basically like a light tinted skin veil. Not bad. I mean, it's provided more coverage than I thought it would, because usually when I think of a tinted foundation or tinted BB cream, I usually think of something that you can barely detect. that actually had some decent coverage. And how I'm going to amp it up even more, since that is a lighter weight foundation, is with my E.L.F. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in Light Peach. I absolutely love this concealer. It's one of my absolute favorites. A little goes a long way. You just need to dot it on. And it's so great because it really conceals, and it definitely helps out the lighter foundations and BB creams. This really has some really nice coverage. And that was just one pump, and you can see how much product I was able to get off of just the one pump. I definitely like using this concealer when I've got a lighter foundation, because it really does help amp up the staying power of a lighter foundation. So if you haven't checked this out, definitely check it out if you're looking for a good concealer. It's $5 and it's just as good as the high end. It conceals beautifully. And the amazing part is that you just need a little tiny bit and you get all this additional coverage. And so I'm satisfied with the look, even though the coverage of the foundation was lighter than I normally go for. When you add this type of a concealer, that really amps up the coverage a huge notch, and I think that it really provides a satisfactory look. And so next I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and this is in the shade 05 Fair. I absolutely love this powder. I've been using it a lot lately. It's great for setting the under eye and just for getting the foundation set in general. Just pour a little bit into the cap and swirl my Real Techniques powder brush around, and then just start buffing this into the skin. I just love the overall effect of this. I think it really gives you a nice airbrushed finish. Very, very pretty. Very, very gorgeous. Then once I have the foundation set, I'm going to go in with my Milani Sunkissed Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. This is in shade 02. This is a smooth matte finish bronzer with hydrating argan and Minoy oil for natural sun-kissed warmth, and I love this. So again, I take my Real Techniques brush, and I like to mainly hit the top of my forehead, down the nose a little bit. And then I'm going to jump in with a new palette I have. This is by Profusion Cosmetics, which is now sold at my Walmart. And this is the Contour 1 palette, which I've never used before, but I've heard a lot of great reviews on this and I've been wanting to try it out. So it says you can sculpt, shape, and make your features pop with this essential 6-piece contour kit. The buildable and blendable contour shades chisel and define your features, while the richly pigmented highlighters brighten the complexion. So I'm going to use that, but first I do want to jump in with a blush. And the blush I'm using is by NYX, and this is also in the Bear With Me line. This is a hydrating cheek tint, so this is basically a cream cheek blush, and it gives an all-over glow, blends easily, and the skin feels fresh. So what I do is I just kind of twist this up and then pop a little bit directly on, or you can take your finger and just kind of put some on. And then I like to blend it in with a blush brush. I love this color. It's like a really pretty, it's a very beautiful rosy color. And I really like a good cream blush. And these stick blushes are just so easy to handle. And so I'm going to use my Kat Von D angled brush, and I'm just going to blend this in. I just kind of put a little bit of pressure and just kind of blend it right where I want the color. And I think I'm really liking this cream blush by the NYX Bare With Me line. This is the only color that I have, but I wouldn't mind checking other shades out because you can tell it really gives you a nice, fresh glow. And that's one thing that I love about cream blushes, because no matter how you apply them, they just really look super fresh. So the next I'm going to go in with this contour palette. And you do get a brush with it, but I usually don't use those type of brushes. I just like to use my own brush. I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques powder brush, and I'm going to get a little bit of the light bronzing powder here and just kind of go right in the contour. Again, I'm going to go right into the contour with that. Absolutely loving this. And then it has some really pretty glowy highlight shades. It has the Visionary highlight shade and then a Miracle. And one is more of a golden tone. The Miracle is more of a golden tone and Visionary is more of a rose gold. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Visionary as my highlight on the cheeks today. And I'm so excited that Walmart is selling Profusion cosmetics because they have some really good eyeshadow palette, and this contour and highlight palette seems really pretty too. That's a gorgeous glowy highlight shade. I'm loving that. So that's a fun one. And then they also have two different blush palettes, and I'll be excited to use these in the future. There's Blush 1, which is a really pretty light pink tone palette, and then there's Blush 2, which is darker tones. So I picked these up as well. I'm really excited to share these with you because I love different blushes, and they're inexpensive. You can get one of these palettes for like $7, and you're getting 6 shades in each. So I think that's a lot of fun. I love blush, and I love palettes that give me a lot of options. But I wanted to use this one today since I was doing the NYX reviews. I kind of wanted to stay on the NYX train. So next I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. This is the Ultimate Brow in 627A medium brown. I love this brow pencil. It's got a spoolie on one end, and then on the other end you've got the angled tip retractable brow pencil, and this does a really good job of stenciling in my brows. I have to have the kind of brow pencil that actually allows me to draw on my brows, since my brow hairs are very fine and you can't really tell that they're there since I have sparse hairs. And next I'm going to go in with this new palette from Kathleen Lights. It's called the Dream Street Pressed Powder Shadow Palette, if I could talk correctly. I picked this up off of Colourpop, and I'm going to prep the eyelids with some of my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in Original. And I picked that up off of Colourpop's website. Thought it'd be a fun one to try out, so I'm just going to get some of this all over the lid. Just to keep the eyeshadow set for the day. And then I'm going to go in with this eyeshadow palette. There's a lot of fun pops of color in here. You've got some neutrals, a fun red, kind of like a coral. So I'm going to go in with that coral. I'm going to use my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, and I'm going to go in with the coral shade, which is called Sweet Dreams. The shadow names are actually on the back of the palette. So I'm just going to use this coralish reddish shade as kind of a fun pop of color right here in the crease. Really like that. I like to get a pop of color right in the crease. And then I'm going to take a golden shade, take my Sigma, or not my Sigma, but my Morphe M124 flat shadow brush, and I'm going to go in with some of this really golden shade. It's called Spark. It's kind of a rose gold tone. And we're just going to pop that directly on the bottom portion of the lid. I want to go in with this. I want to go in with a little bit, just a tiny bit of this green right in here. Just a real light kind of splash of color there. The gold is gorgeous. That really shows up nicely on the lid. It's got some really nice pigmentation, which is extremely important to me. I like the eyeshadow color to show up. I like the kind of shadows that are what you see is what you get type looks. I'm taking a little bit of this green just kind of right here in the innermost part of the eye just to kind of give me some definition. It's a very pretty green. Just going light with it because I wasn't too sure. It's a little dark, so if you use a light hand though, it looks really pretty blended out. And then I'm going to take the Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, and there's like a deeper gold shade at the top called Magical. This deepest gold shade, I'm going to go kind of like above, kind of blending over that whole coral pop of color. And then I'm going to take this light champagne shade on the bottom. It is called Elfish. And I'm going to put Elfish right here as the under brow highlight. It's a very light champagne shade. Very pretty. And then I'm going to deepen up the crease with my Morphe M506 brush with, I think with this darkest green in the middle, and that one's called, I'm trying to get the names here, Potion. So this darkest green in the middle, I'm just going to tap and then kind of go directly in the crease. And I love the Morphe M506 brush because it allows the control to be exactly where you want it. So it allows you to really pack some color on directly in the crease. And I love that. It's really great. And I consider myself to have pretty small eyelids, so I think it's really great for smaller eyelids as well, because you can really put the color where you really want it. And then I'm going to just add a little bit of this gold right on top of that green, just to see what kind of effect we can get. Really pretty. I think I'm going to keep it with that, and then I'm going to take my Wet n Wild. This is my Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlighter, and I'm going to put some of that just down here in the inner rim. Just to kind of brighten that area up. Kind of tickles when you're putting that on. And then I'm going to do a black eyeliner with my Hard Candy Stroke of Gorgeous Little Black Dress Felt Tip Eyeliner. Let me go ahead and draw this on. And draw it on over here. Just try to concentrate. Okay. And next we're going to go in with a conditioner. I've got my Hydra Strength Conditioning Treatment. I like to put this on. This is by Equate. And that just kind of conditions the lashes. Just conditioning them real quickly. And then I want to pop on some false lashes since this is a nice glam look. Got eyeshadow on and just feeling like that. So I'm also going to put on the Hydra Strength Conditioning Mascara. And then we'll pop on some falsies. I've got some new ones here that I want to try out. The Salon Perfect, they're extension seekers, and they're like, they're supposed to be like false lash extensions. Saw them at Walmart, and y'all know how I like falsies, so I thought, well, that's fun. So this is what they look like. They're really dramatic. It says, achieve the most sought after lash trend with Salon Perfect's Extension Seeker Collection. Carefully handcrafted with a seamless band, tapered tips, and multi-dimensional volume, these lashes help you create a stunningly realistic lash extension effect without ever making a trip to the salon. Available in a variety of 3D curl types and looks ranging from natural to dramatic to suit every eye shape and style preference. So yeah, I think these are going to be a lot of fun to try out. They're brand new. Never tried them before. And they had several shapes and sizes. This wasn't the only one they had. They do have others. And they come in a very nice little packaging here. And I love how they have this cap over them, so when you take the cap off you can put that back and keep everything, you know, in its place. So I'm going to carefully remove them from the lash band here. And I'm trying to see if they're going to be, I think they'll be okay. I'm going to use my Duo Quick Set Strip Lash Adhesive. Just going to get some glue on the lash band. And wait for that glue to set up just a little bit here. Hope everybody had a really fun 4th of July. It was really fun around here. I was able to see fireworks from my back deck. There's like an Air Force base about a mile from my house, and it was really fun to watch because they did fireworks from the base, and you can see that from my back deck. And then the town that I live in did a fireworks display at the golf club about a mile from my house, and that was really fun to watch. I actually drove down there and got to sit right in front of the area where they were lighting them off, and they were just right in front of me, and they were gorgeous, and I just enjoyed it so much. It was so fun. That's my favorite part of the 4th of July, is watching the big fireworks. I just love those. I always think they're so fun. I used to be scared of them though when I was a kid. Of course, you know, my mom's passed away, and I'm always thinking, gosh, she always wanted to go see them when I was a kid, and I was always scared to death. So she'd have to go down and watch them without me because I was too scared to go with her. I never liked the big loud noise they make, you know, the big boom. Now I think they're gorgeous. It's funny, the stuff you're scared of as a kid that you outgrow when you're an adult, you know. The things that bothered, like the different foods I wouldn't eat. Like when I was a kid, I hated coleslaw. I hated potato salad, and now I love all those things. It's just funny how we can be so picky sometimes when we're kids. And then when we grow up, things change. So these are very dramatic, as you can tell. I mean, they're kind of fun though. I don't know. I have to get used to them because they're very, very dramatic. Extremely dramatic. Thinking I may need to cut a little bit off the edges though, because I feel like they're just a tad too long for my eye shape. So I think that that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually cut I'm going to actually snip off just a little bit on each end, just because it feels like it's a tad too long. And that's why I love the Demi Wispies, because those bands are just perfect. They're not too long. They're the perfect size. The Demi Wispies are perfect, especially if you have a smaller eyelid. If you have a smaller eyelid and you're looking for the perfect false lash, the Demi Wispies are like spot on, and they don't feel like anything's on either. That's the other thing I really like about them. You cannot tell that you're wearing, because they just feel so good. Just gotta wait for the glue to get a little tacky here. And then when they're new, they're a little bit tricky to get them to position exactly where you want, because they gotta form their shape. They basically have to kind of conform to the eyelid, so to say. But I think once I get them positioned here, we'll be good. And then of course I like to fuse them together. So what I do is I like take the whole set of eyelashes here and try to blend them in with my regular eyelashes. And that way they really look uniform. But these are very dramatic. I think they're very fun. I think they really give you, they make you look very wide awake and very dramatic. I've never had dramatic eyelashes like these, but I like them. I think it's fun. So then the very last product I have to share with you is by Makeup Forever. And this is the Artist Plexiglass line. This is a gorgeous line, and this is in the shade 402P. It's a real pretty kind of light reddish sparkling color, and I thought that it would be fun to top this look off with that, because there's nothing that speaks glam like a red look. And I love these plexiglosses because they feel like, they feel almost like a liquid lipstick. since it is red, you have to be careful with it going on. But I love the shine, I love the feel, and it really feels like a liquid lipstick with a lot of shine to it. And I just love that. Very, very pretty. So I thought that that would be a nice finish to this look, since this is so glam. So I hope you enjoyed this look. I really enjoyed using those new products. I think that it's always fun to try a new product out and see how it's going to perform, and I really like the fact that even though this claims to be a tinted skin veil, I think that with this and that E.L.F. $5 concealer, I think that I got a really glam look out of it, and I'm really surprised by that because I wasn't really expecting for it to provide so much coverage. So so far I like it. I don't think it's a dud. I will definitely get some use out of it on days when I don't need the fullest of coverage, but I do want to have an even skin tone. And I think it evened out my skin tone nicely. I love the comparison of this with the blush, and the jelly highlighter, or the jelly primer, was really fun too. So I'm excited to get some more use out of those. I really think that it did a good job of concealing everything, and we'll just see as it wears throughout the day if it actually holds up at the end of the day or if it actually starts disintegrating, because as we all know, when you first put makeup on, a lot of times it does look great, but then as the day progresses and you're sweating and getting hot, sometimes that can change. So I am hoping that this actually continues and stays nice. I just absolutely love this look. I hope that everybody is having a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in and for watching. I appreciate your love and support of this channel. It means the world to me. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below so that you don't miss out on any future uploads and videos. I do try to upload the makeup videos at least twice a week. Also in the description box down below, I do have a link to my other channel. It's called Glam Life Wig Reviews, and it's my alternative hair channel. And if you like seeing different hairstyles and how I accessorize them, the different colors, then be sure and check that out, because it's all about wigs, and I have lots of exciting and fun styles to share with you. I love changing up my hairstyle every day, and I like sharing that with you. And then I've also put a link to both of my sisters' channels. They also have alternative hair review channels, and it's a lot of fun to watch their videos and see the different styles. Some of them are the same as the ones I have, and it's just exciting to watch. So be sure and check out the description box to see the links that are placed below. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope that it helps you to see the different makeup styles and, you know, new makeup products. I know for me personally, I like to watch people apply new makeup products and see, you know, exactly what it looks like going on, and then of course that gives me the inspiration to go try. But I just love to see new products and see how they see how fresh they are when they're first applied, and then of course what happens throughout the day. Some are great by the end of the day, and others do have their problems. So not every product is a 10 star, but I do feel like in the beauty community there's a lot of great products. So very happy to share those with you, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of this beauty community. I love you all so much, and I will see you very soon. Bye!